and browse the internet. So you have to also think about them. Okay. So now we look at the file paths. File path. So
Why
what is
did
a
it
file path?
itself here?
Come
Like the
again?
C, I said the image. Why did
Mm-hmm.
it separate itself like the SRC, the weight, and the alt? Like it's not in the same line. Why is it not in?
Okay. No, normally it's just you can do it that way if you like. It's just
Uh,
like a way to arrange the code very well. You
okay.
understand? So for instance, this is one line. You can decide if the thing is not longer. You
Mm,
understand? If the thing is not longer, I install a certain extension which helped me to arrange the code. So
mm,
immediately, even if I type something here like this, maybe I type H1 here, immediately I save, it will rearrange it for me.
mm,
For instance, if I save it, you see it came here because I'm using an extension which formats my code for me in a proper way.
mm,
You understand? I don't know because I don't want you to install that one because you are learning now.
mm,
So in case you made a mistake, you don't even understand, you take it like that. So for now, just make sure you know how to type it your own. You understand? If you make a mistake, you make sure you clean and put it in the right place. It's better. And when you are familiar with all those, then you can install that plugin, that
mm.
extension, so that it will just format it for you.
I think
You
that's the reason
understand?
why today I tried to like copy and paste, but I couldn't
Mm.
do it. Like it's not pasting it. It will show
Yeah,
that
that's right.
copy it, but
Mm-hmm.
when I pasted it, it's not showing. So I have to
Yeah.
write the formula first. Then I have
Mm.
to copy the text and put it inside. I think that's the
Yeah.
reason why.
For a beginner, you always have to use the normal way. If it is something like you type it and then you
Mm,
type everything. So when you are familiar with all those things, then you can now start to install those plugins so that it will just format it for you. You understand?
okay. Okay.
Mhm. So as I was talking, let's talk about the file part. So how is the file part? How does it work? The file part is just a location of the file of design because if you give a wrong file path, it will mess up your code in the future. For instance, if you want to
Mm,
prepare a simple PDF so that you can follow along and then we can tackle that in a simple manner.
mm,
You understand? So let's go on. So what did I got here? Second, by the end of the lesson, you understand how the HTML file part work and how correctly link HTML pages, images, and CSS file without confusion. So
mm,
before that, let me see. And then HTML file paths are always relative to the location of the current HTML file. Just put this in your mind. This is a core rule. HTML file paths are always relative to the location of the current HTML file. You remember I think last week, last Wednesday, I think I talked about absolute link and relative link, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's similar here. It also applies here. Understand?
Mm,
So here, this means the browser always starts looking from the file you are currently in, not from where the project started.
mm.
Which project? this folder. Understand? So this is the structure that I want us to look at. So we work on this and use it to direct the HTML file path. So here, before we start, it says that always imagine you are standing inside the current HTML file, which is what here we can see index.html. Right?
Yeah.
You are always standing in the current. Just put your mind that, just imagine that you are always standing inside the current HTML file. And so here the current is what is index.html. So let's first create all this and then I will show you how it works. So now let me just clear this for now and then see. We want to bring our boilerplate as new, and then we type there. What do you want to type? We type file paths as the title, right? Then after typing the file paths, then we have to make sure we follow all this. So first of all, we have this one. It means that you are in a folder, right? I hope you know the difference between folder and a file.
Yeah.
Okay, so now here it means that you are in a folder.
Folder.
So all these things are inside this folder,
In the folder.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Now, how can we? Okay, so what do you have? You can see we have create our folder. We already have what we call
Folder.
project, right? We have
Yeah.
our folder which is project, right? So this means that this is
Yeah.
the project.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is index is this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's create our about.com.
About.
About.html, right? So we now have these two, index and about, which is this way, index and about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is showing that, how do you think this one is showing? What is this? Is this a file or a folder?
I think it's also a folder.
Okay, it's also a folder, but inside what?
Inside the project folder.
Inside. Okay, yeah. So now we see you want to create a folder, right? What is the
Yeah.
name? CSS, right? Then we have CSS. We come here. Inside the CSS, what do you have? A file, right?
Yeah.
You have a file, which is what? Style.css, which is inside this,
Mm.
right? So what do
Yeah.
we do? We come here inside, we stand here and right click, create a what? New folder, a
New
new
file.
file, new file, right?
Yeah.
Click here and we see style.css, right?
Yeah.
So now what next? Images
Images.
is also what? A
It's
folder
also another folder inside the
inside project.
project.
Okay, we come here, we make sure we are here. We just click outside here because the outside means you are inside the project, right? Then
Mm.
if you stand here and you say you are going to right click and create a folder, no, if you click here and you say you are going to stand here and click and create a folder, it will create a folder inside the CSS.
Okay.
So
So
make
you
sure
have
you
to
are
start
outside.
on empty space.
Start outside here so that it will be like you are outside. You
Okay.
understand? Then you click on here, new folder, and type images, right?
Mm.
And then inside the images, what do you have? Logo.png, right? So we can
Yeah.
see that we have an image here already. So let's take this image. We can change the name of this image and say logo. Right? And we drag this logo and put it inside the
Mm.
image folder, right?
Yeah.
Let me do that for you. You see, we are dragging, we take it, we drag and we come here. We see we are inside the image. Now we drop it. Then what
Mm.
comes? You see, are you sure you want to move logo PNG into images? Then say
Mm.
move. Then now it is
It is inside.
inside image. You
Yeah.
understand?
Mm.
Are you following?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have here, we have style, we have logo. What remains? Pages, right?
Yeah. Pages.
Pages is also a folder. A folder
Mm.
inside project.
Project.
We come outside, we see folder, we
Mm.
see pages.
Pages.
And then we come here, what is there? Contacts, right? And the
Yeah.
contact is inside the pages. So you can say, right click, new file, contact.html, right?
So you put contact inside the pages?
Yeah, it says, look at here, pages, contact. The contact is inside the pages,
Ah, yeah, yeah.
right? Okay, so what I want us to do now is, I wanted us to follow this, but since here it is what? Pages, right?
Mm. Yeah.
And we see that the index is what? Home, right?
Yeah.
The about is also a page. So we can take this about and put it inside the page,
The page. Okay.
right? So
Yeah.
that it will be consistent, right?
Yeah.
So I will go back and say I want to move the about.html to pages. So I can take this, drag it, click and drag,
Mm.
and
Put
go
it.
instant in the pages and leave it. To ask me,
Mm.
do you want to move about into pages? I said move, then it moves.
Mm.
So now you see that the contact and the about are all inside pages.
Inside the
You
pages.
understand? So now if I want to close all
Yeah.
it and close this and close this, you see that this is a folder, a folder, a folder, and this
That's
is
the
only
name. Yeah.
the home.
Your home. Okay.
You understand? So inside the CSS, we have a CSS file.
Mm.
Inside the image, we have an image file. And inside
File.
the pages, we have pages files.
Mm.
You understand? And this one is home.
Home.
You understand?
Mm.
Okay. Now that you understand this, let's go inside our home. This is the home. We are
Mm.
here, home. We see. Okay. So it means that all these five, these we can call them their folders, right? And we have one file.
Yeah.
So we have three folders, one
Oh,
file. And those four are inside project.
project folder.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. So what did you see? Always imagine you are standing inside the current HTML file. He didn't say folder, he said file. So you always have to think about this. What is a file? Right? So
Yeah.
what is which one is the file?
The index
The
HTML.
index is the file. So always imagine that you are standing here inside the file, which is our home. You understand? Okay, so what next? He said linking files in same folder. All this file, and this, where are they? They are in the same folder, right?
Yeah.
So the reason why he left that contact, that about page here was because of this. He said linking files in the same folder because both the about and the index are in the same folder, which is the project, right?
Yeah.
But we move it to the here, but we can still bring it down there so that it tallies or it goes along with what it says. So if I remove it and leave it here, what did you see? Are you sure you want to move about into projects? Did you see?
Yeah.
So now I'm moving that about from pages to projects.
Mm.
So what happened? You see now it is in line with the index.
Index.
So if you look at
Yeah.
it, it's in line. So are in the same project. But
Mm.
look at the contact. This is inside here. I understand. So when I close this, you see that the contact is hidden. You understand? So in order to follow what he was saying, he says that when two HTML files are in the same folder, what are they? About and index, right? When two HTML files are in the same folder, you only need to write the file name. You only need to write the file name. How? Example, inside index.html. How? For instance, what are we? We are inside the current HTML, which is was the home here, right?
Yeah.
I'm here. So what am I going to write? For instance, I'm going to link it and link it as a what? As a link. Because yesterday, last Wednesday, we did links, and I think you remember how we can write the link element, right?
Yeah.
So when I write A,
It will come
I
up.
now have where I can my destination, where to show the link. So if I write maybe this about, because I'm going to link the about here. You understand? So that is the same thing he did here. About.html. You see about page. So I can copy this and let's say and just replace here. So what happened? This is the let me save it. Show with what? Wait, show preview. So that we can see it here. Right. So this is shown here. So this is the text which we've written. Understand? And this is the link. Our reference, which is href, right?
Yeah.
So this is our hyperlink href. So we are referring to, as I told you that this, can you remember what is the name of this link? Is this relative or absolute?
Relative.
Yeah, it is relative because we are relating it to our main folder. Here, you
Folder.
understand? This is our file. So it is relating, it's not external. You understand?
Mm.
So now, since we are relating, and it's telling you that since you are standing inside index this, the current HTML file, which is
Mm.
index, because these both of them are in the same folder. When you want to reference this, when you want to write the name, for instance, you just write the name. You don't need to bring any like something like this. Maybe you can bring that one can work. You understand like this. But mostly when you write it this way, sometimes it can cause problems when you are deploying.
Mm.
You understand? That it can cause problems when you are deploying. So the best way is say if when the two HTML files are in the same folder, both index and about, you only need to write the file name. The file name is about. So I wrote about. Then I add the extension.
Mm.
You understand? Same thing applied to if I had maybe some image here. Maybe let me look at if I can copy one of the image from where's the cat? Let's say I'm doing okay. Let's say I'm going to copy this image, give an example, and paste it here. Let's say this image now it is in the same folder, the project,
Mm,
right? So now if
mm,
I want to reference this image, immediately I put an image img, the source. When I'm giving the source, I have to only write the name. I don't need to give any slash like this, slash something something. I can just start writing the image, which is the name img, image.png. So I write image. You see, when I start writing image, it shows.
yeah.
So that is how the file path works. So the path, this is the path. The source means where is the source of the image. So you see it is here, which is relative.
Mm,
Where is the link? It is here, which is about. And all of them are in line, are in the same folder as index. So I don't need to bring any maybe forward slash like this. You understand?
mm,
I don't need to bring any forward slash. If I just write the name, it's okay. It works.
mm,
You understand?
yeah.
I know
So
this
it's the
one, this
same as URL.
URL, this is the URL, this is the URL, the
Yeah.
href.
But for the
Because this
URL,
one,
you have to write H www something like that.
yeah,
The
here
source
is the
of
where you're going to write that. You
I'm
understand?
up.
Both the source and the about.com. You can write, but those are absolute. I mean external.
Okay.
And this one are within your own projects.
Project.
You understand? So it's like it means this is your own kitchen. You can find anything inside your kitchen. You don't need to go
Mm,
outside. You understand? So these are inside your folder. So that's why you have to learn what is inside your folder. Then you can learn the absolute.
mm,
You understand? Learn what is inside you, inside your home, then you can go outside. So that's what normally here it means. You understand? So what I just want you to understand is just normally look at the file, how it connected with this, the source and href. Because
mm,
mostly that is what we use here, either the href, which is the link, or
mm,
the src, which is the source of an image. You understand? Mhm. So now this is done. I hope you understand.
yeah, I understand.
Okay. So we're saying that both files are in the same folder. Just put in your mind, in the same folder. So no folder navigation is needed. You understand?
Mm,
You don't need to navigate inside any folder because these three files about image, index, they're all inside the project
mm,
folder. So you don't need to go anywhere. You just write their names. But remember that you are inside the HTML file, which is the home, I mean index.html file here. We are working here. You
mm,
understand? So for instance, I'm not working in the index here, and I'm going to work inside the about, bring my boilerplate like this, and I'm going to use a link. Then since I'm inside about, and about is also what? Now the about will be my current HTML file, right?
yeah.
So now I'm going to reference the index. So here I'll write index.html file, only the name index.html file, which will what? Will take me back to home when I click this. When I click, I write my here and say home. Save it. This will take me, this will take me to home. You understand? So I can just right click here and say show this. It show here. When I click this, it will take me to home, which is this one. So click this and it takes me to home, which is this. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I hope you are getting, you understand what I'm trying to explain. Hmm?
Yeah, I understand.
Because this is
Yeah,
very
I
tricky.
understand.
If you don't understand, just let me know. Okay, so this is the first thing that you need to understand. This is linking files in the same folder. You understand? Linking files
Mm.
in the same folder. They are in the same folder, not in different folder, in the same folder. Let's go. Linking files inside a folder. Now, it didn't say in the same folder. Look at it. Linking files inside a folder. What does it mean? When the file you want is inside another folder, you see, when the file you want is inside another folder, you must first go into that folder. You remember, these three files were inside project.
Project.
You understand? So this is simple. But this one is telling that when the file you want is inside another folder, here the file we wanted initially was not inside any folder. It was just within themselves here.
Mm.
They are just in line with each other, not inside here or here or here. They are just in line. If I want the about, I'll be inside the index and what and reference to about. If I'm inside about, I'll be inside about and reference the index. And even if I'm inside the index and I want to reference the image, I'll be here and reference the image. You understand? They are in the same line. So we just use the name. Just write the same name as you see. Write it here. It will work. You understand? But the second one is saying when the file you want is inside another folder, you must first go into that folder.
Mm.
Example, loading an image from the image folder. So let's see how. You copy this. Okay, let me just leave it like this for now. Maybe it can confuse you. So what happened? Let's look at it. We delete this. We are already done with this. We are in the home still. We are still in the home, which is the index, right? So
Yeah.
now you say that that's a comment, and so, or maybe I can just leave it for you to read it from here. For you to read it here. Super. So what happened? You see, when the file you want is inside another folder, meaning the file I want to show is inside another folder.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
The file I want to show, I want to display, or I want to reference, or maybe I have a picture, I want to show the picture here. So the picture that I want to show is inside another folder. So how can I show it? You understand? So let's say I
Mm.
have an image. So now we are going to show an image because image is looks sensible here. You understand? So for instance, if I'm here, I want to show an image. But the image that I want to show, when I look at my folders here, that image is inside a folder called images. But me,
Mm.
I am here. You understand? So how can I go out and check or take that and reference that image?
Mm.
You understand? So what you
Yeah.
need to do is saying that, first of all, bring your image tag, image element. And when you are referencing it, look, he said the source will be what? First of all, you go inside the image. But normally we go like this. We go backward. You understand? You go backward. But if you are there, what you can do is that you can say, oh, now where is your image? It is here, which is inside a folder, right?
Yeah.
So what can I do? Since I'm here, my image is inside a folder. So how can I reference the image? The image is inside here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I expand here and see the image, right? So how
Yeah.
can I reference it? To be easier. Even if you look at this, when you put your mouse here, you see how it works. You see there is a logo, and when it's
Mm.
going back, images, go back projects, go back downloads. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
So it works the same way, but this example that is there is not is not the file path for the normal VS Code or your project. This one is
Mm.
referencing inside your computer.
Mm.
So you cannot use this one because this one is wrong. It's showing inside your main computer, not inside this file. You understand? So
Mm.
in order to use that, you make sure that this you start with logo because this is the image that you want to show, right?
Mm.
And when you go back, go into images. You understand?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah.
So what you need to do, what can I do is I bring my images, the name of my image, which is the file. You see, it shows here. I write, then I go inside the file. So I grab the file, then the file will show here.
Mm.
You understand? But if I say, oh no, I just want to use the name, for instance, it is here, because it's not in the same what in the same folder. You cannot just go and say, I'm going to take the name only and just write logo. It won't show. It's not showing here. But look at this image. This image, because it is within this, I can just claim this and write the image. You see, it
Mm.
shows.
So when
But
it
for
is
this
in another,
one, for this one, I have to reference the image first. Look at the images are
mm,
here. I have to reference where the image is first.
the location of the image, then you write the name of the
The
image.
location of image, then forward slash. So this forward slash means I'm going back to this folder and then showing this.
Okay.
You understand? So that is how the second one also works. So we are here, we've targeted this image. Okay. So for instance, what about if I want to show this CSS? How can I do? For instance, let's see if I'm here. But this one is a style. So I will just use a link. And I want to show this. We didn't make a sense because we didn't do, though it will make sense, but CSS, we didn't do CSS. So if you're linking it, you wouldn't understand why are you linking it. But it's also good I show you. So the second one is also explain another to say the browser first enters the image folder, then
Mm.
loads logo.png. You understand? So it what? It first goes inside this folder, images, and then load this logo image.
Mm.
That's why you can see it here. You understand?
Mm.
Yeah. So let's continue. What is this? The third one. Going back one folder. going back one folder. I hope you are looking at the sentences.
Yeah, I'm making it.
Going back one folder. And the symbol is this, meaning I'm going back
Mm,
one folder. So what is happening here? Example, inside pages, right?
mm,
Example, I'm inside pages, the same. Then I come to the contact.html, which is linking CSS. Understand? Which I want this. I'm looking at this. Understand? And this here is this one, my style.css. So in order to link it, he's saying that first of all, you look at the structure of how. So my aim is to get this one. But how can I get this one? I have to follow a path to get it. You understand? So I have to think, where is this found? Where can I find it? So you have to first look at the how these things are arranged. Then you can look at where can you find that. You understand? So here you can say, oh, so I should be example if I'm inside pages. Where is the pages? Here is the pages, right? I'm inside
yeah.
pages. I'm inside what? Contact, right?
Mm,
Now we are not going to be at home. We are going to be contact. Or contact is our target place where we are going to work on. So we are here, right? So let me bring my boilerplate here. So I'm inside contact. No, I'm not indexed. So you can you see?
mm. You are
I'm
not
not
inside
inside the index. I'm inside contact
the post.
HTML. Look at here. I'm here currently here.
You are inside pages. You are inside the pages folder, then the contact file, right?
Contact for yeah. So my current file is contact HTML.
Mm,
You understand? So now what am I looking for? Well, what do I want to link? You understand? So here he asking, I want to link this star. So where is it? Is here, inside here, right?
yeah.
We have CSS as a folder, and inside this CSS, we have what? Style.css,
Mm,
right? But where am I? I'm inside a folder, and that folder is the same, has the same like position, but that file is not doesn't have the same position with this style. This
mm,
style is inside different folder. So you are moving one step. How you understand?
mm.
So you are moving one step because you currently I'm here. You understand? So
Yeah.
where I'm going here like this, CSS, and then find this place.
Mm,
What did you say? Going back one folder. Where? I'm here, going back one folder. You understand? Because currently I'm inside this page.
yeah.
You understand? So I'm going out. So when I go out, now I'm going what? This going back to this folder again, this folder. And then now I
Mm,
found my style CSS. You understand? So if I'm going to link, we will do something about CSS, but for linking CSS style, normally that is what we do. You understand? We take this one and then we copy it like this, we paste it. But we normally leave it inside below inside the head. That is where it is. You understand? That is where the CSS is linked. You understand? So normally what it does, just don't forget about this because we are looking at the href where we can link, right?
Mm. Yeah.
For instance, just look at it as if we are doing the href. This href is the same, similar to this. You understand?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
take it as we are doing the same thing. It's just the ref it represent the same thing. So that's the same thing here. So we are linking. So what we normally do is here, where are you? Where is here? Here is contact page, right?
Mm.
Contact file. So that contact file is inside the page, right?
Yeah.
So if to find the link, this I have to go outside and go back into one file, a one folder. And in that folder, I can now find my style CSS. So this is what is happening. First of all, here it's telling me that go back one. You understand?
Go back
Look at it.
one. How?
Go back one like this. See this. What
Mm.
is it? Going back one folder. Look,
Mm.
dot slash. I'm going back one folder, meaning I'm here. I'm going back this folder.
The going back is the three dot. The two
Are
dot.
you looking at it?
Yeah, I said like the two dots. It represent the
Come again?
going. The two dots and the slash. It's representing the going back to
Yeah,
another folder.
yeah. So normally when you see a forward slash like this, it means that you already have something at the back, like fold you are from a folder.
Mm.
You understand? You are coming from a folder. For instance, if I write only one, I'm coming from my own folder.
Mm.
Let me make you to understand. For instance, I'm here, right?
Yeah.
I'm here, right? So I'm currently here. So if I'm going here, this folder, if I go into this folder, I can just write this. Just make it as going back like this. This is the first folder.
Mm.
You understand? So this going back, this slash and one dot means I'm going here to the same folder here, these pages.
Mm.
Even though we don't write the name, you can decide to write the name or you can decide to use this dot.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
You can decide to write the main name as pages, or you
Mm.
can decide to use this dot. So when I use this dot means I'm inside this page.
Mm.
You understand? Because this contact is already inside these pages. So if I put the dot, this forward slash is just showing you that you are in a folder.
Mm.
You understand? So
Yeah.
you are in the same folder. But if I say you are in a one folder, it means you've gone outside the folder. But if you say you are in the same folder, remember that this one was there was in the same folder with the project, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now contact is also in the same folder with pages. You understand?
Yeah.
So now since I'm inside, this dot is showing that I'm inside this folder. Let's assume that this dot is what? The same this first folder.
Mm.
You understand? And another dot, because I'm out now, I add another dot. If I add another dot, I'm going inside this folder, CSS. I'm going outside. So I'm going here,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Then after I'm here, it has what we call style CSS. Then what do I write? CSS as this,
Mm.
right? And then I can now
Yeah.
find my style. You understand now?
This one is kind of
Mhm.
as you say, you have to focus to understand it carefully. It's kind of
Yeah, that's what I'm
confusing.
saying. You
It's kind
have,
of confusion.
yeah, it's very tricky. That's what I'm talking about. You have to understand it very clear because this if you made a mistake and maybe here you put dots, maybe you want the CSS and you put dot here, your code will not work.
Mm,
You understand? That's
yeah.
why it's very important to just make sure you navigate to the main distance. Because look, from here, it means that from here you just pass through all this folder, this from contact to this page. You pass them. And now you are in this folder.
Mm,
You understand? So it's very tricky if you don't understand it very clearly. So what again? Going back one folder.
mm,
Understand? Going back one folder. So you just have to understand you use this as going back one folder, depending on where you stand. You understand? Uh-huh. So you just have to look at it, play around with it, and then you understand. Maybe you can easily start with even this one, like the way it is arranged. Maybe you are going back. You understand?
mm,
You start with this, and then you go out. You go in the CSS, and then you see, oh,
mm,
because now it is here. Where does my current file is here? So that's why, because they want you to understand it easily, that's why they say first make sure to put your mindset that you are in the current HTML file. So
mm,
our current HTML file is contact HTML here. So that when you're going, you know that I have to go from here out and then go here, enter into CSS, and then find my. Then you can now understand, okay, in order to go, I can find where am I going? One folder back.
mm,
You understand? Dot slash meaning I'm going one folder back. Then now I can find my CSS folder and then find my list. So first of all, you have to target where you are standing currently. Where do you stand now? Then you can know that, oh, if I'm standing here, then I'm going north or south or east. You understand? So that is
So
what
you
it
also start
explains.
from the at the
So it's saying that
button.
the browser moves out of the pages folder.
Mm,
You understand? The browser moves out of the pages folder, and that's what goes back to the project folder, then enters the CSS folder, reload the style.
yeah, where are you reading?
No, no, look at it. The browser moves out. Now it's not inside, it moved out of the project folder.
Mm,
Here,
okay, the
can you
browser.
see it?
Now, yeah, now I can see.
You understand?
Like
The
the going
browser
back, the way
moves
it's
out
saying like going back,
of the pages
linking,
folder.
linking it
Where the
together,
pages folder?
kind of is the
This.
one that, yani, giving it a tricky. Hello, say, hello. I think
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think. Oh, okay. So
Mm.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. So as I told you, the browser will normally moves out of the pages folder, then goes back to the project folder. So let's see. It moves out of this pages folder and
The
goes
screen is
back.
not showing.
The screen is not showing.
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, because I think because it's
Yeah, I can see now.
okay. Okay. So what I was saying is that the browser moves out of the pages folder. Look at pages folder, right? So these are pages, right? So it moves
Uh,
out of this pages folder, right? Then where does it go?
yeah.
It goes back to the project folder.
Uh,
It goes back to the project folder. This is a project folder, our main folder, right? Then do what? Then enters the CSS folder and enter this CSS folder and then load the style.css. I hope you understand now.
yeah.
Mhm. So when even when I give you this PDF and you read it and you follow the same practice, you will see how easy it is. You understand it even better.
Mm.
You understand. So let's look at some real life analogy, which can make you like it will be easier for you to understand. So think of folders like rooms in a house.
Mm.
Are you following?
Yeah.
Things, just think of the folders like a room in a house or your house. So now going into
Okay.
a folder is like entering a room.
Mm.
Going into a folder is like entering a room. And then dot dot slash is like stepping out into the hallway.
Mm.
You understand? Going into a
Mm.
folder is like entering a room. I'm going into the folder, so I'm entering a room. But when it is like dot dot slash, I'm stepping out in the halfway, in the hallway. I'm going into the, I'm stepping out of the hall.
Mm.
You understand? So you
Mm.
must step out before entering another room. You understand?
Yeah. Makes
So
sense.
this dot is just simply saying that first of all, step out. If you are inside your main room, you understand. If you are going to the kitchen, what do? You first step out and then you enter into the kitchen.
Yeah.
You understand? So this dot dot normally that's what it's talking about. But if you
Mm.
don't have any dot dot, going into a folder is like you are just entering a room.
Mm.
So this is the same thing that applies to this. So we are here, right? So this is the pages is our room. So we
Mm.
are going back. So this is dot dots. So we are stepping out of the room, then we go inside the kitchen. So we step out the room, you understand, and goes into the room, which is our CSS.
Mm.
Because immediately we step out, it means that we step out of the pages and we are inside projects. You understand? Because
Mm.
we are inside project, now we are going to look for the kitchen, which is our CSS.
Mm.
When you look at our kitchen, we can find our, let's say, knife or maybe like a cutlass or something inside the kitchen, which is our style.css.
Mm.
You understand? So this is very, very important. So what again? Some common mistakes that you might be making using backslash instead of forward slashes can give you a lot of problems. You understand? So for
So
instance, if you're going to write images, you write backslash logo.png. This is wrong. This is just for your normal computer file paths. This is not the normal way to
so
navigate.
mostly, yeah,
Okay.
it use the forward slash most of the time, right?
Yeah, most of the time, if you are dealing with projects like websites, we normally use the forward slash. This is used inside. Windows. You are C drive. So when I want to show you like this, for instance, if I come here, I want to navigate to my C drive here. I'm in
Mm.
C now. This is C, right?
Yeah.
So when I enter
Yeah.
into it, when I enter inside, I look at here. I'm in what? C. You understand?
Mm.
It uses what? Backslash. You understand? So when I'm entering into something, I can just click. Maybe I'm going inside, let's see, HP. I click here. I enter inside HP. So when I want to see the path, I come here. You see the path now.
Mm.
Backslash HP. Then if I want to enter inside another something, it will write backslash maybe data like this.
Mm.
And if I'm going to enter into somewhere again, then I'll write backslash again and write the name. You understand? So this is only
Mm.
used for inside your computer. You understand? But when it comes to coding here, immediately you want to use a link like this. What
Mm.
do? You have to use forward slash. What is that? If I want to maybe use the image, I have to use forward slash.
Mm.
Use forward slash image. You understand? I use image. I
So
can
it
bring this.
like it come by itself. You don't need to put it there. It just
No, you
show
know,
it, right?
yeah, it shows because this editor is a professional editor and it normally knows exactly where what you wanted. So it gives you an option. Understand? If I had many pictures here, for instance, here I have image PNG, I can copy this and paste it again. So it will be like I have two images, right? So
Yeah.
now if I'm here and I want to navigate to these two images, immediately I type image and start typing image, two of them will come.
Mm.
And so because
Yeah.
I'm in the same place because I'm inside the index, so it come, two of them come. So now I can choose which one I want. So it's not necessary that it pops us. No, it will give you an option. If only you pointed to the correct parts, then it will show.
Mm.
But if I go and write something like dot dot and like this, I didn't see any because I'm not pointing to the right path.
Mm.
You understand? Because what I'm saying is that now I'm inside this index HTML, right? Which is here.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that I'm moving one back. So I'm going out of this project. You
Mm.
understand? Now I'm not
Yeah.
even at this project. I'm going out. So I'm saying since I'm here, I'm out of this project. So out of this project, what files or what folder do I have out of this project? These are some of the files I have. You understand? So if I want to show you that what I'm saying is correct, I can just copy this project part, and when I go back, I will see all these files there.
Mm.
You understand? So for instance, if this is a project, where is my project here? I can go, I think I normally save it inside this download. These are all the project that you see. So
Mm.
this is a project, right?
Yeah.
So these are the file that we have, right?
Yeah.
So if I go back, I put dot 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 slash, meaning I'm going back. Here I come back to this folder, but here I'm not inside here again. You understand? Now I'm inside this download, and all the files here is this place. So when I write dot dot, so all these files, you see them. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'm inside different folder, which is download. I'm out of this folder now. Because if I will be in this folder, then I will see all this here. And because I'm
Mm.
out, it is outside. So for instance, if I say no, let me give only one like this and say I'm doing this. Now look at where am I?
It's showing all the of this.
So what? No, just tell me in which folder am I now?
You are in contact.
No, check it very well. In which folder
You are
am
in
I in?
index.html
Folder. I'm talking about in which folder am I? Folder.
folder.
Yeah.
You are in
Even
home
just look at the example here. Look at the example here. Which folder contain all these things?
project.
You have to understand because the thing is, see, when I wrote two dots, this, which folder am I? I'm outside this project,
Mm,
right? I'm
yeah.
outside this project. I'm here. Look at the project is here. All these files are here. So all these files will be here. This file, all of them are here. So I'm outside this. But when I use only one, and I do like this, now I'm inside this project folder, and the content in the project folder are all this.
Yeah.
You understand now?
Yeah, I understand.
That's why it's easier for you to just go and do the practice. When you go like this, you want to look at you just try to create different folders, create different files, and just put them inside each other. Then you come
Mm,
here and try to see where can you locate that file or that image that you put inside.
mm,
You understand? Just try to work. Maybe if you write dot this, you see, oh, maybe I want this image. It is here. Or maybe dot dot, you are outside. So if I want to be inside this project, it means I have to put only one. I'm
mm,
inside. You understand? Then I can choose this. Maybe CSS, the file, images, pages. Then I can write CSS. I'm inside. Then I can choose this.
mm.
You understand? So that is how the file part works. It's very tricky. You just need to sit down, make sure you understand it clearly before.
Yeah.
You understand? Okay, so normally you always have to use the forward slash. Understand? If it comes to like settings, maybe in the VS Code, there are some settings that we normally do. Those normally they might use the backslash, but those are always with respect to your computer. So
Mm,
those are not affected here. They are just within the computer. So that's why you see when I stand here, you see the path. It
mm,
shows backslash. Backslash is mean these are the files it's showing inside my computer.
mm,
Understand? But I cannot just copy this and just use it as a normal location. No, I understand. It's only when I finish this and I save and I want to open this inside my computer, then it will use the backslash.
mm,
For instance, if I want to show you, for instance, we have just let me write some link. Let me write something here. This is a trial website, right? Then I'll just add an image tags and I'll just add the image like this. So I have this as a contact, right? So you see it using what forward slash. right? It uses forward slash because now we are using the editor. You understand? So let's
Yeah.
see if I'm going to use the normal this my computer. So these are also the file, right? So I'm going to open this index. So let me right click and open it. I want to open it using Google Chrome. Let me open
Mm.
it. So when I open it, look at the this thing. It's what? Forward slash.
Mm.
You see, it is forward slash, but it is pointing into my what? C drive, right?
Yeah.
It's usually forward slash. But when I go inside the main folder, look at it, use backslash.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
So that's what always you have to understand this. If not, always you get confused. What is inside the computer, it uses what? Backslash. But what is if the file is open, it uses forward slash, and if you are inside your editor, it uses forward slash.
Mm.
Path, the number two is a starting path with a slash unintentionally. I understand. Maybe
Mm.
you do this and do this, maybe it's unintentional. This point to the website route and may break on it to the main or the correct path. If not, your hosting may break. Understand? The root folder or file may break. So
Mm.
assuming files are in the same folder when they are not. So sometimes you may assume files are in the same folder, but they are not. So just take note. So the one we talked about was the relative path. You understand? So it was the relative path, but this one is absolute path. So this one is absolute path. And absolute path are full URL, uniform resource locator, and
Mm.
are usually used for external resources. What I was telling you. So that's where you see the HTTPS and then that of www.example.com. You understand? But it also just referencing the source where the image is. So at the end, if you see anything like this, it first goes inside your website, the domain name, and then now
Mm.
navigate through your images and then goes through the location of the logo.
Mm.
Understand? So these are what we call absolute because you see it is HTTP. It's not inside your website, it is outside.
Outside.
You understand? So absolute part always start from the internet or domain name.
Mm.
You understand? So if I go here and say I want to have a picture somewhere, I can just go and say I have this picture as I showed you the last time. I can just right click this and copy image address. Maybe I'll say I copy the image address, go to my website and paste it here. I'll paste it here. So you see the image address. You understand? So the image address is long.
Long. Yeah.
You understand? It's very long. You understand? Sometimes you can copy the image link or you can copy the image address.
Mm.
You understand? This one is very long.
Mm.
This is very long. But look at it showing.
Mm.
Understand? Look at its data image. Normally, this one doesn't use the URL, right? I think it's Well, it uses some different, but if you click inside it, and here you
It
copy the
will
main
take me.
link. You copy the
Mm,
main link instead of copy the image address. Copy the main link. It now give you. You can paste it and look at that.
mm,
You see the link. Now you have the HTTPS www. Now it is this image is from omelets.us. You understand? So this is a property of this website. You understand? So that is how normally it works. You understand? You can copy. Normally, when you copy the link, it doesn't appear, but you have to copy the image address. And sometimes you have to open it. There are another one you see you have to open this in a new tab. You open this in a new tab. Then after you open this in a new tab, let me see. You can right click here. You can right click here and see open image in new tab. Open
mm,
image in new tab. Now the image will open alone. You see how the image is. The image will open it. And how will you understand the extension of the image? You look at here, you see dot webp. It is a dot webp image.
mm,
You understand? So that is how it is. Normally, it's easier for you to understand it this way. So you can copy this, go to your website, and then you clear this and paste it here. You see. So now you see the image appears here. Because at the end, you see the extension dot webp, or maybe
yeah.
sometimes you can see dot png, and it
Mm,
depends on how the image is. But when I change it, because the source is not png, so if I change it to png, it won't work. You
mm,
understand? You see, it didn't appear. You have to leave it as webpg, and this webpg is very useful, or is very good for website design because it's very light,
mm,
very lighter than the png. You understand? So mostly you see some extension like .webp, which is very, very light. You understand?
mm,
Mhm. So that is how it works. So you give me example like this, the image, logo, pa.png. You see here the same thing. You see, we have .webp. So let's look at some simple. If you are inside the pages slash contact with HTML, how do you load images like images, logo, PNG? I wanted to give you an assignment or something like that. The answer is here. You understand? Look at if you are inside pages contact.html. So what does it mean here? See, if you are inside here, so it means that you are working on, you are writing your code here because
mm,
this pages is just a folder and your
yeah,
file is this, and you are
mm,
writing your code inside here,
mm,
right? So he's saying that if you are writing your code inside here, how do you load image slash load logo png? How do you load this logo file, which is inside images? So see,
This is like outside, so you have to go
okay, so
and
see, where did he say if you are here?
yeah.
And it's the same thing that we did. I think you can remember. Let me see. Give me the answer. Okay. Image. Okay, so
Image.
you give me the answer. What should I do?
Now we have to put dot forward slash.
Dot dot forward slash.
Then we go to image folder.
Go to image folder.
From
Images.
image folder, then we will find the logo
You find the
dot.
logo. Okay, let's see. Where's the logo? Images. Find logo.png. Okay. Let me see. Logo.png. Logo.png. Yeah, you see. Now that's correct. Yeah. So you are just you are just junior that you don't know.
Oh.
Mm. I'm with juniors that I don't know.
No, I'm not genius.
So key rule to memorize, that is what I was initially mentioning for you. Like HTML paths are always relative to current file location. You
Yeah.
understand? You always have to know where you are.
Mm.
Where are you standing? Where are you writing your code? Then if you know there, you can navigate through wherever you're going. You understand? As the same thing as here, you see that if you are inside pages folder with the contact, it means you are standing inside this contact
Tag.
HTML. You understand? But
Mm.
here, I think that's what I was confused. But let me see. It means it seems you made a mistake. But let's see. Because the thing is, you were talking about if you are in a contact.html, right?
Mm.
So look
Yeah.
at this. It's not, we are not in the index. So we did one, the one we did was we are in the index.
Mm.
You understand?
Then we have to go
The
to
one we did
contact.
was we are in the index. We are off to go to the contact, right? So
Yeah.
we are in the contact here. So if we are in a contact, how can you get that image? So let me see if you can bring it again. Let's see. Let me move this. Bring the- to the contact page. So let's go. We are here,
Mm. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you are going to show image. What will
Mm.
you do?
I think it will go dot slash, right? Forward slash dot forward
If
slash.
you write dot, see, look at it. If you write dot, you are here.
It
You
means you are
understand?
working on.
Since
Yeah.
you are in the
Yeah.
you are in the fold you are in the folder pages. So if you write this, you are outside this page. I mean you are inside this page, which will be the project. You understand? So if I write dot now, I'm now here. So if I wrote slash, it will show me the contact.
Mm.
Or you see,
Yeah. It's supposed to be double slash double dot. Then
double
slash
dot. Yeah, double dot, then
forward
slash.
slash.
Then now I'm outside and I've entered into the this file, one of these file in this project.
Yeah.
Understand? So I'm not coming back to start here. Either I want to enter here or I want to
Mm.
enter here. So now I have to decide which one. So immediately I write, then I look at the names of where am I going. If it is images, if it is CSS, then I'll write that folder name.
Mm.
So now I'm going to write images, right? So this as a folder. And so you see that because we are there, we are here. Yeah, because now we are showing images, we are showing pages, and then we are showing all this. But because we decide to write images, it takes up which image do you have. We need this image or this image or this folder as name image. So the editor is just giving you the suggestion of the names that you have.
Yeah.
And so you have to choose the correct one. So we are looking at the folder images. we choose. Then inside the folder image, we have logo.
Your
So then
logo.
you choose.
Mm.
Yes. So always put this. I'll share this with you. It's very important. When you just look at it, it's very important for you to make things easier. You understand? Always to make things easier for you. You can even add another forward slash like this, dot dot. And I mean you are even outside. You understand? It means you
You
start
even
outside
outside.
somewhere, some folder somewhere that you don't know
Ah,
the name, and you enter
mm,
into this project folder.
mm,
Yeah, so it means that you went one back.
mm,
You understand? And when you went one back, then you went when you are in the image. Let's say you went one back to the project folder. Then you are coming to the images. You understand? Then now you are in the logo. So if I'm going to write this, the same thing. So slash and look at where you are now. You understand? You see where you are now. Look at when I
yeah.
write project. You see, so now going to inside the project now as a name. Then I'm going inside these images, and now I'm going inside this. You understand? So mostly that is how it works. Always you have to understand how all these things work. Let me see. Yeah, and I think that is all about the file part. So I will share you with this thing. Just as I did, make sure you create all the full project folder, create the
Okay.
files and other folders. And then if you don't understand, just read the same thing and take the examples. Maybe you can even hide this and do it by yourself and then look at the answers.
Okay.
Understand? I think we are done for today. So it just left with you to just continue studying, learning, and understand.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I need to practice a lot so that
Mm.
I won't forget.
Yeah, the rest depend on you.
Yeah.
Mm. See, we can give you the knowledge, but we cannot open your brain and put the knowledge.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. So I think like we can call it a day.
Okay.
Maybe I think on Monday we shall meet again.
Inshallah.
Mm.
Thank you, Steph. Thank
Okay.
you for today's lesson. And uh, uh, Turkler diyecekler ağzını sağlık. So, ağzını sağlık.
Asma salad. You are now a Turkish woman.
Yeah, no, I take a human.
Mm, yeah. Okay.